Stay tuned for all of the Marvel Legends news, reveals and teases from the Hasbro Pulse live stream. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. And today, Hasbro Pulse had a live stream event for the Marvel brand, Fan First Friday, where they revealed and teased a lot of Marvel Legends coming this year. Now, unfortunately for them, some of the news leaked a little bit earlier in the day, so some of the reveals were a little bit lackluster, but to be fair to the Hasbro team, they did try and sprinkle in a few teases along the way. So all I'm going to do, I've got my trusty clipboard, I'm going to recap all of the Marvel Legends news, teases, and I'll throw in a few of my predictions along the way. So let's just get straight into it. The first reveal was an AIM army builder in one of those little boxes like we got with the Hydra Trooper. This is going to be exclusive to Hasbro Pulse and a nice way for people to quickly army build for the cheaper price point. Now, that may not seem that exciting, but what they did say, there would be another army builder later this year, and it was a brand new figure, not a reissue, something they haven't done before. So that's quite a nice tease. My early predictions and guesses would be a Hellfire Goon, or maybe a Hand Ninja. So you heard it here first. My guess is Hand Ninja or Hellfire Goon. Let me know what you think the army builder could be in the comments below. Marvel Universe is full of them, so lots to guess from, but that's a fun, interesting tidbit. The next, they just showed off some pictures of figures we knew were coming from previous teases, and that's including Nimrod. They showed a nice finished version of him, and he's looking like a nice massive piece. Interchangeable heads, some hand effects. Now, what they didn't confirm is that he comes in a free pack with Phantom X and Psylocke. That has been highly rumored, but no one knows for sure. It's appeared on some listings on Amazon from abroad and whatnot, but they did not confirm that Phantom X and Psylocke were in a free pack with Nimrod, but they did show off the figure and he looks nice. They also showed off more updated pictures of the pinless Rogue, and she's going to come with two interchangeable heads, normal and then sort of an angry sort of head, which I quite like. And then they also showed off finished pictures or finished product of the Old Man Hawkeye. Now, I believe he's going to be in a two pack with Old Man Logan, as they're both from the same storyline. Again, nice looking figure with a new pinless technology. And then they teased just a random picture of a shoe or a foot. So early predictions, it's going to be Sebastian Shaw, as it looks very old-timey. That's what makes me think that the third army builder figure could be a Hellfire Goon, as it's something they haven't done before in Marvel Legends. So early guesses, it's Sebastian Shaw or a pirate. One of the two. Are there any Marvel pirates out there? Maybe. And then the other figures that were revealed today, that went up for pre-order, that we already knew about. The first one is the Age of Apocalypse himself. He comes with a human skull, couple of interchangeable heads and hands, looking nice if you're a fan of the Age of Apocalypse figures. Next up was the War Machine, very 90s style, classic looking roadie. You even get the flat top unmasked head and lots of effect pieces, which I'm sure you can mix and match with your other Legends, which I always appreciate. So that War Machine is looking very nice. That's up for pre-order right now, along with the Apocalypse. And they also showed a Walgreens exclusive, a classic looking Moon Knight. All white this time, but you do get the interchangeable head option. He gets his actual staff, full size this time, and a couple of the Moomerangs or whatever they're called. Either way, nice looking, more accurate version of the Moon Knight, which I would appreciate and find a place for on the shelf behind me, no doubt. So there are 3 figures, or 4 including the army builder, that are up for pre-order right now. The next thing they revealed, or actually showed and put up for pre-order, was the finished Spider-Man Retro Wave. Now, this is the one, probably my most anticipated wave of the year, and even though it's just figures we've probably already seen before with some reissues, just the nostalgia factor alone does it for me. So we've already seen Peter Parker. He comes with that half face and a camera, very nice. We're getting that updated Spider-Man with the most articulated Spider-Man in Marvel Legends form, and then we're also getting Gwen Stacy with accessories and an interchangeable Mary Jane Watson head, all very nice. And they revealed the final three. We are getting a classic Electro, finally. We've already had the previous Electro, which was the more modern costume. Now we're getting the classic looking costume. Nice upgrade, or a chance to get him if you missed out. Again, the second reveal was Green Goblin. They're getting an updated glider that you can actually plug on to the previous Demo Goblin sort of stand with that ball joint at the bottom, which is a nice touch. Just means you need to get another one of those stands. But what I like about this set is not only is it as an updated head and updated colours for the Green Goblin, we're getting finally an unmasked Norman Osborn head. So if you just have a spare Marvel Legends suited body sitting around, which I'm sure I do somewhere on the shelf, you can add that head on there and you've got yourself another character for the shelf, Norman Osborn. And then the third figure they revealed, the final figure in this set of 6, is Daredevil, but in his 90s armoured outfit with a couple of interchangeable parts and an unmasked Matt Murdock head. All new sculpt, all brand new, apparently looks very nice, looks even better on this carded packaging. So that is your set of 6 retro Spider-Man figures to go along with the previously announced updated Mysterio with those updated colours and the wash. And they revealed that under the dome is a brand new translucent head sculpt, which isn't the octopus skull. It looks like a normal guy, but translucent, which I like. And then of course it goes along with the Kingpin that's already been announced, which they would say would be in that bigger retro packaging like the Hulks that we got this year as well. So yes, very excited about that wave. I've had to pre-order 2, one to open, one to keep on card. You know the score. So yeah, very excited about that. So the rest of the things they revealed were just sort of teases and hints for the future, but no solid concrete information because they answered a lot of fan questions. So one of the things they answered is there are going to be Spider-Verse figures. So Into the Spider-Verse figures are coming. They did sneakily do that redeco of Miles Morales and Gwen Stacy 2-pack, but wasn't 100% accurate to the actual animated film. So maybe they're going to be reissuing them. And my early predictions are a Spider-Ham and maybe a Spider-Man Noir, as they would be quick repaints for them to do in the Into the Spider-Verse sort of style. But still, maybe we get a Penny Parker. That would be nice to go along with our SP//DR or Speeder for the shelf. But yeah, they are confirming that we are getting Spider-Verse figures. They also confirmed that we're going to be getting House of X and Power of X crossover X-Men characters. Now, I'm yet to read this particular story in the comics, so I'm not going to pretend to be super knowledgeable about it, but I have seen some of the costume designs and the character designs from this crossover, and they look very nice. I see a couple of easy repaints for them, including this white Magneto, but the rest of the figures have definitely got unique styles and images, so they could make for some interesting figures. Now just makes me want to go and read that storyline. It only came out last year, so it should be easy for me to track down. But yes, we're getting House of X and Power of X crossover figures in the future. They also confirmed more box sets. They didn't say who or when or what, but we're getting more box sets like the Alpha Flight and the Defenders that we've had recently. So it's just nice to know that that is something they're going to continue doing, a way for them to complete whole teams in one go, which I always appreciate. They also talked about San Diego Comic-Con. Of course, the world has come to a halt recently, but we are still getting 2 San Diego Comic-Con Marvel Legends exclusives. They did say they're going to be X-Men themed, both for movie and for comic. So X-Men movie set and an X-Men comic set are coming. They said that Hasbro Pulse is probably going to be the destination for them. I hope they let the UK market get them as well, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, we're getting new box sets for San Diego Comic-Con. More details to come in the coming weeks. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think they're going to be? More X-Men movie figures of characters have not yet revealed. Jean Grey, Cyclops, could give us a Nightcrawler. I don't know. You let me know in the comments below. Next up, they said they're going to give us the largest ever movie prop. I know a lot of the movie props, like the helmets and stuff, have been coming out. I haven't really picked up any of them apart from the Tesseract, even though I'm tempted to get an Iron Man helmet to go somewhere on the shelf here. But they said it's going to be the biggest one, and it's already been sort of teased and rumoured that it's going to be Stormbreaker. So if you're into picking up the props and stuff like that, looks like you're going to be getting a Marvel Gear Stormbreaker. But again, they've not confirmed that. They just said it's their biggest one, which would make sense for it to be Stormbreaker. They also said we're going to get the biggest ever builder figure in Marvel Legends in 2021. They said it's going to be bigger than Fin Fang Foom and bigger than Apocalypse from the Toy Biz days. And you know, they're quite a big, chunky figure. So very curious to see where they're going. So they never really do big builder figures like that. So are they just going to redo characters that we've already seen in bigger scale? Or is it a brand new character in bigger scale? Either way, we're getting the biggest ever builder figure in 2021. Does that mean bigger boxes? Maybe a whole wave of deluxe packaged figures with a figure and a builder figure piece. I could see that happening. But yeah, you let me know what you think that could be in the comments below. And then Hasbro or Dwight just teased so nonchalantly this massive Sentinel leg on his table next to Jubilee and Wolverine, which looks massive. They don't even come up to the top of his shin. So this Sentinel for the HasLab could be about 4 foot tall. It could come up to about here in my display. Yeah, God knows how we're going to display that, but it's going to make for a nice diorama piece if you want to build a little city around it. But yeah, it looks like they're teasing the HasLab Sentinel is getting closer to being revealed. My guess is they would have showed it off at San Diego, but that's not happening now. But still, that looks impressive, and all we've seen is the leg, so that's definitely going to be the biggest Marvel Legends scale figure we have. Yeah, crazy. So that's just what I've written down. I might have missed something, but still, exciting times for Marvel Legends. They did tease there's going to be more retro figures as well with that Spider-Man line. And if you collected any of those Toy Biz figures from back in the day, there's still plenty of figures they could give us in that retro style. I'm shouting maybe a cyborg style Spider-Man. I remember having that as a kid, or a battle damaged Spider-Man, or even some more of the villains. We could get a reissue of Shocker in retro style, or a reissue of the recent Vulture. They teased that Kraven may be getting a re-release in retro packaging, but they definitely wanted to make it known that they haven't finished with the retro style packaging figures, so they're still to come as well for the rest of the year. Either way, a lot of information and a lot of pre-orders I've had to just make. Quickly did them before I filmed this video to make sure I had them in. But yeah, good times to be a Marvel Legends fan. Now on the channel for myself, still lots more reviews to come as we move into the summer. I just need to make sure I've got money in the right places to be able to afford all this nonsense. But yeah, I should be getting the Gamerverse Abomination wave and even the Sugarman Build-A-Figure wave. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of those Age of Apocalypse styles, I do want to get hold of the figures and have a look at them myself and just appreciate them for the toys they are. And I definitely need a Sugarman Build-A-Figure for myself. Sugarman sneaked his way into the 616, so I need to get him on my shelf. But still, I ramble as I always do. I'm just excited for new Marvel Legends. It's been a while since I've jumped on camera and talked about new figures, so it's always fun. You let me know in the comments below what your favourite reveals are from this Fan First Friday Hasbro Pulse live stream. Always fun to see the team talking Marvel Legends. What are you most excited about? For me, it's that full wave of Spider-Man retro figures, and the tease that more are to come because the possibility is endless. If you Google what there has been in the past, then you'll see for yourself. But yeah, let me know what you are excited for in the comments below. But most importantly, subscribe to the channel. Lots of Marvel Legends news, reviews, hundreds of Marvel Legends reviews already on this channel. Help the channel grow, and yeah, subscribe. Much appreciated. It's all I ask. Subscribe, and if you are in a place to support the channel that little bit more and help me sort of rebuild my studio so I can be somewhere more productive, then head over to Patreon. You can do that there. Much appreciated all the same. But as always, people, my name is Dan W, and I will of course see you on the next one.